told me to do. I took that pressure upon myself. I wasn't going to do that. I went to college. I got all the degrees. My grandma said, why do you keep going back to college? I said, because I can get school. I can't figure that out. So let me do this part. Kept going to school, but I needed to be perfect. I had to be a certain weight. I had to act a certain way. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I couldn't date this. I bought my first house at 22 years old. The people were so impressed. They were like, we gonna pay your closing costs. I was like, say less. 22 years old, bought my first house, 817 credit score. Went on and got a master's degree. I stayed in my first house for 12 years. Got a master's degree, and then I decided, you know what? Let me get a degree that only 1% of the nation got. And guess what? They don't get them out easily. They make you work hard, especially if you look like us. So I had to fight and claw for that. But guess what? I had the house, I had the good credit, I had everything that society was telling me that I didn't have, but society was also in my ear saying, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't got no man? Why you ain't got no kids? And I thought, I don't know. Men don't really like me for real. Maybe it's something I'm doing. My granddaddy said, well, you cute enough. I said, baby, you see all this? Better stop playing with me. I said, I can't figure out dating. Men keep treating me like an option. But okay, no worries. I'm going to get this third degree so they can call me doctor. They're going to put some respect on my name. You might not treat me with respect in the dating, but you going to respect me. How you doing, miss? It's doctor. Not miss. Behave. Got to LSU, go Tigers. And met my fiance. Well, he was just a young boy. He was 12 years younger than me. Don't judge me. I like him young. Most people call me a cougar, but whatever. Transparency is what you getting up in here. Don't tell nobody when you leave, because I'm keeping it all the way funky, okay? So I like them young because they look good and they body don't be like flabby and stuff. So I was like, okay, sir. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. And he was like, man, I ain't gonna never meet a woman like you before again. I was like, you right. She might be prettier, she might be thinner, she might be younger, she might have a good hair because my hair is like Jesus. But she ain't gonna be me. So you right. You better get on with while the getting is good. What you talking about? 6 months we got engaged. My mom was like, are you sure? I was like, listen, he asked. So cut the check. She was like, all right. You sure? She was like, he ain't nothing you said you wanted. I said, but he asked. You get what I'm talking about? At this point, I'm 35 years old. I've never been engaged. I still have no children. And I'm like, listen, he asked, let's go. Can we do this in 6 months? So we dated for 6 months. 6 months later, we got married. At that time, I graduated with my doctorate from LSU, moved to Massachusetts. I was assistant dean of the #1 liberal art college in the nation. They say, how you get this job? I was like, well, have you heard of God? They say, a little brown girl from Mississippi at this Ivy League school? Yes, sir. Put some respect on my name. It's Dr. Booker. Nice to meet you. 6 months later, my ex-husband said, you know what? I don't even really like you. The first day that I met you, I felt sorry for you. Because you seemed really cool, but why you ain't got no man? He said, in the day that we got married, I knew I didn't want to marry you, but I just felt sorry for you. So now I realize I effed up. I never should have married you. So can you leave? And I was like, run that back. Run that back. Yeah, wait, what you had said? I'm sorry. I was tripping. What you said? I made a mistake. I never should have married you. So I want to leave you, but I don't really have nowhere to go, so can you go somewhere? And then my mama came out. I said, sir, when you want to leave your wife, who's the dean of the college and in campus housing, you leave. You in this house because of me, my G. You go. I said, the next time you want to leave somebody, find a plan. I said, well, go ahead, go. Your mama didn't like me anyway. Go ahead and leave. He left me 6 months after we were married in the mountains of Massachusetts. My family was in Louisiana and Mississippi. I didn't tell a single soul because our pictures had gone viral. Listen, I was his woman crush Wednesday 2 days before. Wow. Because someone adding up. So I was like, well, hold on. Maybe he's just mad. He'll be all right. So he left me and I went to work the next day because that's what black women do. We keep moving. So I got up and I went to work, and not only did I go to work, I was there for 12 hours. I was there all day. I was like, I got stuff to do. I got students to say. What we doing today? And at the end of the day, one of my colleagues said, hey, what's going on with you and what's his name? I said, oh, he left me yesterday. She said, you been at work 5 hours? I said, what else I was supposed to do? She said, well, process. I was like, girl, I'm good. She said, you gonna kill yourself? I was like, that's what white women do. I'm straight. Did I say that for real? Yeah. She didn't say that. Yes, I did. And so I left, and I went home, and the next day I woke up, and I could not move. And I called my supervisor. I didn't really like her much. And I called her, and I said, listen, he left me, and my mama's across the country, and my grandma is across the country. I ain't coming into work today. I don't think I'm coming to work tomorrow. Give me a little time. Now, mind you, nobody knew what was going on. I called my mom, and I was like, Mama, he left. She's like, girl, you're being dramatic. I was like, I am full of drama, but I'm for real this time. You didn't see his eyes. He left me, and I lost it. Because who was I? Why don't nobody want me? I got all the degrees. I go to the gym. I even squat. They said ain't no BBW, but you better see all this work up here, child. Anyway, I digress. And so I was like, you know what? I'm hurting, but I got to do something. And my mama said he wasn't all that anyway. True, but my feelings is hurt. I took that man's last name. The government don't even know my name no more. Something is happening. I lost it, but guess what? I was ashamed, so I got off social media. Because I had to hide, right? Because everything on social media is fake. And so I decided that if I couldn't keep it real, I can't be on social media. Right. But so my family was like, oh, she good, she's straight. And so I stayed away from my family, except my cousin, because we're only 3 months apart and we bathed together. So our relationship is different than anybody else, and I would just call her and cry. And she just listened. So I said, you know what, after a few months, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm gonna take a photo shoot. Because that's how you know that people know you okay. You take some really pretty pictures. So I went to the therapist that we went to, who was the therapist that we saw before we got married. And I went back to him and I said, you said we was gonna be all right. Run me my check. You messed up. He said, you are dealing with something that's somebody that is textbook problematic. This man that sat here and lied has some issues, but we need to talk about your issues. You need to go on medication. I said, I'm Southern. I'm too blessed to be straight. My grandma would disown me if I took medicine. Is you drunk? We love Jesus. I don't know what y'all do up here, but I can't take medicine. A year later, I was in the hospital, lying to myself. Suicidal. a doctor, no children, no man, at an Ivy League school wanting to kill herself. I said, God, this ain't it. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I'm not worth being here. My mama will cry. My cousin will be mad. She'll probably fight, but she'll fight. Like literally, she fights. She hit people, yeah. I said, but everybody be okay. That's what the enemy tells you because I was alone. But let me tell you what happened a week after the mental breakdown, and my job said, you need to take a mental health leave. That was the most work I've ever done in my life. Because I realized that I was triggered because I didn't have my biological father in my house. Did have a dad, but he wasn't my biological father. So my whole life I was trying to show a man that I was worthy. I'm good enough. Love me. Love me. And they was like, nah, we straight. We don't want you. So I had to kill myself. A week later, after I got on medication, I had a dream, and there was a cover of a book that said Lessons from My Husband by Dr. Booker. I was like, ooh, no. I was like, Jesus ain't writing this. People gonna know my crazy run real deep. He said, write the book, it ain't for you. 3 years ago, I met these beautiful women. I met Tanya, who is my sister. She gave me the opportunity to speak to other people. And I'm telling you today, beyond my brokenness, that without that, I would be right here today. I wouldn't be loving myself today. These 190 pounds, y'all better get this stallion up here, child. I said, why would you let me go through that? He said, because you a warrior. What you mean? You for it tough, boo. This ain't for you. This is for somebody else. Get over yourself. This is to bring somebody else out who daddy didn't love them. These men ain't loving you the way they should. Your mama put a little too much pressure on you. Society's telling you, you ain't got no kids, what's wrong with you? You ain't got no man, what's wrong with you? I am whole. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. With a man or without a man. And this is not bashing men. God bless you if you have a good man in your life. It's not bashing men because I am still believing that at 42 years old, I will be a wife and a mother. This is to tell you that no matter what you've been through, we all have our cross to bear. We all have our thorns in our sides. But this is not about you. Get up, put on your cutest outfit, and move forward. Thank you.